All right, good morning, everybody. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. We're going to give it a shot. See if we're connected. Um, get going on the Insta. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we got that going. We'll check out Facebook and see what's happening. See who's on here. I'm in the I'm in a waiting area at Maine Medical Center, and we'll see how this works. They just took Wendy back for hip surgery, so this worked out. I wasn't sure it was going to work out today or not, but I figured I would jump on and see what happens. So I think we got it cooking. So let me just I don't know why that picture is. That's weird. Okay, that was a weird picture coming up on Facebook. Crazy. Anyway, let me get you. So if you're here, um, pop in the comments how you're doing today, 1 to 10. I'll try to keep you guys up on my phone over here in the corner. I'm not in my regular spot today, but I'm also not being disruptive, I don't think, to anybody that's in here. So, um, and I think I've got a pretty good Wi-Fi connection. So anyway, early morning. We've been up since 4, and got teed up for surgery, and everybody came in and did all that stuff, and uh, I might have to take that volume down. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Danielle's here. Dave Howard's here. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I just want to make sure this audio is working. Or tell me you can't. One or the other. You got me, Dave? Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. Well, welcome. Good morning. Yeah. Happy January 27th. It's been a wild ride. So yeah, hip surgery day today. Total hip for Wendy. So got a chance to kill some time. So I thought I would jump on it. It just happened to work out that I was able to get on at 8 o'clock. So and I wanted to continue today with my James Clear stuff. Sorry, a little bit sideways today. Oh man, I just need a second. They just wheeled her back, so I'm a little out of sorts. But we were talking yesterday about atomic habits, and I wanted to chat with you guys today about identity-based habits and what James Clear talks about in his book. So, again, this is like me doing a few cover tunes for you guys, right? And just coming out and saying, okay, let's talk about this for a minute. Identity-based habits. The ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when a habit becomes part of your identity. That's really what we're talking about today. Okay, for example, a contractor or business owner just saying something like, well, I'm just a small business owner. Okay, um, rather than saying, I'm an entrepreneur, I own a large company, I do X amount of dollars in sales per year. Okay, um, why does it matter? It gets it kind of crosses over into goal setting. Okay, where most goal setting focuses on outcomes, right? What you want to accomplish, right? We want to get to this point. We want to do so much, uh, but if you don't change the underlying identity, the behavior won't stick. All right. I want to show you today how you can align your habits with your identity so that that change becomes natural and automatic. So let me see what we got for comments here. Just want to make sure you guys are on. So if you're on, post how you doing today. Let me check Instagram. Yeah, Mike Nunez, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. A few people on this morning. Uh, yeah, so if you guys that are just tuning in, I'm here at Maine Medical Center, and Wendy's getting started on a total hip replacement on the left side. So big day for us. So uh, was not easy to walk out of that room and leave her in their hands, which I know she'll be just fine. But anyway, let's talk about why identity drives behavior. Okay, I got my notes. If you guys see me looking over here, I'm looking at my notes, but I've also got Facebook open so I can see your comments. Um, Guys, we act in alignment with how we see ourselves, right? If you believe that you're a disorganized person, you're going to be a disorganized person. You're going to act in ways that reinforce that identity. But if you shift your identity to, I'm an organized person, I'm an efficient person, your actions will naturally start to align with that belief. All right. And again, I gave the example of a contractor who just thinks of themselves as a small business owner, right? You might struggle to grow, right? But shift into the identity of, hey, I'm a professional business leader, opens up the door to bigger opportunities. So um, it's about shifting the outcome to identity, from outcome to identity. All right. Most people start with the outcomes. Hey, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to grow my business. But they don't start with the identity. I'm the type of person that prioritizes health. I'm a professional who builds relationships and closes deals. Matthew Tolman is here. Good to see you, buddy. And there's a two-step process to identity change. First of all, ask yourself, who is the type of person that achieves the results I want? Who are the people around you that are doing what you're doing or what you want to do? Right? Then prove it to yourself with small wins. Again, you guys know I'm always going like this, right? Have some small wins. Each time you take action, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. Think about that for a minute. As if one of the things that I heard Steve Rosenberg say, who's going to be a speaker at our event coming up on 222 in Portland, Maine, is that, hey, like if you knew what it took to be a successful business person, wouldn't you already be one? Steve's got that way of just kind of jabbing you in the ribs and telling you some things that are already fairly obvious. But why does it work? When your identity shifts, your habits start to feel natural. All right, you're not forcing yourself to eat healthy, right? You're acting as the type of person who values the health, right? I'm not someone who's just trying out going to the gym. I'm someone that goes to the gym. I'm someone who prioritizes my health. You're not struggling to be productive. You're just behaving like the business leader you know that you are. Good morning, Josh Baker. Happy you can catch this one live today. They just took, hey, Mark Bunker, they just took my lady back to surgery for the hip replacement. So I'm here distracting myself and trying not to lose my shit. My mother told me I got to calm down. She's with me. I brought the reinforcements. Couldn't keep her away from this place. So take a moment, guys, and think about the person you want to become. Right, Mark and Josh, we're talking about uh, not attaching our identity to the outcome. All right, take a minute. Think about the person you want to become. What's one identity that you'd like to adopt? Maybe it's I'm a fit person. I'm a confident closer. I'm a sales machine. Whatever it is, drop it in the comments. Roy Dahl is watching. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you. And my mother's watching. She's over in the other side. Mom, thanks for being here today. Promise I won't cry. Mike Rudolph is watching. Good to see you guys. Mike Rudolph from Kentucky. Yeah. Hopefully the people in here, they probably think I was some sort of weirdo, but I don't care. So think about the person that you want to become. Because like Steve says, if you had it all figured out, you'd probably already be that way, right? Yeah, thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. Think about the habits and how they align with your identity. What's one small action you can take today to cast a vote for that person, that version of yourself? How are we going to do that? It's small steps, guys, right? Yeah. Yeah. Josh says really powerful, working on that now. Yeah. Thank you. Josh says I have integrity. Absolutely. Sure you do. So, and you could choose your identity, right? Decide who you want to become in one area of your life. Write it down in positive terms. For example, I am a disciplined and focused entrepreneur. You know, we use I am statements a lot in our summit community. I use those a lot in our Ben Newman community. I am statements, legacy statements. What do you want to be? What do you want people to say about you when you're gone? So start small and reinforce it, all right? Identify one small habit that aligns with your new identity. It should be so simple that you can do it consistently, all right? It shouldn't be a big thing, right? Something small. For example, if you want to be a fit person, start with a 5-minute workout. Want to be organized? Spend a couple minutes clearing your desk every morning. I don't like sitting down at my desk when there's a bunch of shit on it. I got to clean it off. And I'll admit sometimes I drop the forearm and let it slide. We'll pick that up later. I wouldn't recommend deleting the 8,000 emails though. That's a thing you don't want to probably do. If you want to be a great closer in sales, make one follow-up call daily. How much are you checking in with people? Excuse me. Every action you take is a vote for the identity that you want to have. Keep a simple habit tracker to remind yourself of the progress you're making. And again, guys, just giving a nod to James Clear in his book Atomic Habits here with this stuff. I'm just packaging up a little differently for you guys and sharing it with you today. All right. So remember, your identity, it's not fixed, okay? It's not like, well, I've ever talked to somebody that's overweight and they're like, well, I've always been big. Well, that may be true, but it doesn't define your future. Every action you take is an opportunity to redefine who you are. When you focus on being the kind of person you want to be, success becomes inevitable. It's simply a matter of time. You just got to keep showing up. Clearing your desk. You speaking to me? It's funny how my one-on-one coaching clients that come on my live always feel attacked. Matt Moore was on the other day. He said, "Hey, coach, you calling me out?" Maybe I am. I don't know. Mark, I've seen your desk. So yeah. Right. But yeah, that might work for you. If it works for you, stay with it. But if it doesn't, take some small actions today to help you straighten that out. Right. James Clear says you become your habits. And I believe that. Right. So starting today, commit to one small identity shift, one habit, and reinforce it. Share your new identity in the comments, guys. Who do you want to be? Who is it you're trying to be? Danielle says, deep breaths, Bob. She's a force to be reckoned with. She's going to do great. Yeah. Yeah. She's going to be awesome. We had fun. They got to do the IV. The lady couldn't get it. She did it a couple times. So she said, I'm going to have somebody else come in and do this. Cause sometimes it's just better to switch out, right? You guys have probably been through that. It wasn't a big deal. Wendy was fine with it, but they brought in this big dude. Guess what his name was? Bob. So she said, well, I know everything's going to be all right now. Bob got it first try. So that just sometimes it just goes that way. So Casey Bernard, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for checking in on the live. Guys, I do this every day, and it's kind of my new my hashtag for 2025 is live 365. So here I am at the hospital. We're fitting it in. I didn't think it was going to work, but I'm like, well, they said, well, it's time for you guys to hit the bricks, go find something to do for 3 to 5 hours. And I'm like, all right, we'll be downstairs, and we got some breakfast and a cup of coffee, and I'll go get a refill here in a minute. But I don't think I'm really bothering anybody in here. Just kind of keep my voice down a little bit, but don't want to be that loud talker guy on the phone in the public space. But it's all good. Trying to deliver some value to you guys. So tomorrow we're going to talk about how to create and use habit cues. All right, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that tomorrow. The quote that I have from him is, "You don't rise to the level of your goals; you fall to the level of your systems." Okay, and you guys, yeah, Mark. Hashtag live 365. You fall to the level of your systems, and said differently from a guy we all know, Derek Johnson, you default to your highest level of training, right? So, and that makes a lot of sense, guys. So, we can't just bumble through the week, right? What are we trying to accomplish? Yesterday, we talked about being 1% better. How are you going to be 1% better tomorrow than you are today? What is it you're going to do? If you care about it. If you didn't care, you wouldn't be on this call. You'd swipe on by. There's Bob flapping his gums again, likes to hear himself talk. Just trying to pour into you guys. Maybe somebody gets a little bit of something from it. Not too many days go by where I don't get a message. Hey, man, appreciate you live. I like you doing it. I don't catch it live. I catch it on the rewind. That's cool. That's all good, too. But we're going to do this every single day in 2025. Want to keep on, you guys. Keep after it. Dan Bennett is here. How you doing, buddy? Dan, did you buy your ticket for the event yet? You better get on that. They're going like hotcakes. Speaking of the event, that reminds me, we're having an event on February 22nd in Portland, Maine, at the Italian Heritage Center. Okay, there's 2 hotels nearby. If you guys need help finding one, let me know. I'll get you a link. All right, and thanks, Josh. I appreciate that. It's going to be great. We're starting to fill some chairs, which is cool too. Which is, and I'll be honest, I was getting a little. I'm like, geez, man, is anybody going to come to this thing? When you put yourself out like that, it's I don't know. It can be a little bit scary because you're like, hey, come to my thing. Dan, thank you. I appreciate that. It's helpful to just know, um, so we can count on food and all that stuff. But yeah, you put yourself out there like that, throw something together, and you're like, well, I hope people come. And then I got speakers coming from across the country, so that's not there's some expense to that. So we want to make sure they do well and get a chance to sell their wares, so to speak, get in front of a bunch of people that are looking to level up. So I think it's going to be fine. I had the same feelings about the last event. It's kind of up until the last few weeks. I was like, geez, I don't know how many people we're going to get. And it's not really about how many people, but I want people to have a group to network with, a group to bounce things off, and just to be in a room where there's a bunch of people that are all pulling on the same end of the rope and want each other to win. So excited that a bunch of you guys are coming. Again, if you want to buy a table, it'll save you some money. Get 7 or 8 people together, and we'll lock you down a table. If you buy a table, I'll put you right up front, so you'll have good seating. We'll reserve that for you, and just make a great day of it. It sounds like with the number of people that are coming in from out of town, we're going to be getting together Friday night. I'll put that together. It'll be somewhere near the venue, or it'll be right at our place in Wyndham, which is only 25 minutes from the venue. So Mark Bunker says, anyone flying into Boston, take an Uber to Haverhill, and I have 2 spots in my truck heading to Maine. So there you go. If you want to get to Boston, Mark will get you to Maine. So, and if for some reason you don't need to rent a car, if you fly into the Portland Jetport, you can Uber right to the event site, and the hotel's right there. And we'll make sure you get around one way or the other. So don't worry about that. Don't go spend $500, $600, $700 renting a vehicle. Those of you guys that know Mark Bunker, he'll be here. Bubba Hogan will be. I say here. No, I'm in Portland, Maine right now, actually. A lot of the guys in community that we know from the contractor fight are coming, guys from extended different coaching communities. And it's nice to truly see that everybody realizes that a rising tide lifts all boats. So it's really going to be that kind of a day. You don't have to be a contractor to be there. You don't have to be an entrepreneur to be there. You can be just a person that's looking to operate at a high level, or just get better at stuff. We get some young guys coming that are just getting going at life and business, and want to be around people that have done it and people that have struggled with it. So don't hesitate to pull the trigger. And I'll tell you this: if you're there and you're hesitating on a ticket, it's $300. If you're hesitating on a ticket, or the cost of the ticket is giving you pause, so to speak, DM me, and we'll figure it out. Okay, we'll figure out. It's that important. Okay, we'll figure out a way to get you in the room. All right, this group of people doesn't let people that need to be in the room stand outside. I know that for a fact, and I've seen that in action. And speaking of that, Tim Catroni just jumped on. Tim actually bought the first ticket to this event, and texted me, he said, Bob, I'd love to come to your event. I'm like, Tim, here's the link. And we were off and running after that. And I can't think of any endorsement I'm more proud of than Tim buying a ticket and coming to my event. He's one of the guys that coaches that I look up to. Yeah, even Uncle Tim will be there. We love it. It's going to be a great day. We're going to get together Friday night. As much as I hate to let Bunker and Catroni and people like that in my house, we might end up putting on something right at my place. Might be just easy to save everybody a bunch of money, and just keep it real, and maybe have a little networking get together on Friday night, get everybody teed up for a great day on Saturday. I don't see why we can't get Steve and Gary there as well. They're looking to hang out. No smoking cigars in my kitchen though. But we're going to have a good time. And these guys, they give it right to you. I mean, Steve's going to look at you and say, I can be honest or I can be nice, but I can't be both. And I think about when I've heard him speak a few times, I chuckle a lot because he'll say to you just like, you can listen to me or not. But you're here, and if you already had the recipe for success, you probably wouldn't be here, right? You'd be up here talking. So he has a very matter of fact way of saying it to you. Um, there'll be some f bombs dropped here and there, but those guys use them for. To add color. Gary, not so much, but Steve definitely. So, and I chatted with Gary the other day, and he's super excited. He's coming all the way from Seattle. So, when somebody's willing to do that, it tells me that we're putting something great together. So, guys, get into the event, buy a ticket. The guys that are coming are just top notch guys. And as you know, if you've ever been to an event, the money's made during the breaks, right, so to speak, right? The experiences are had at the night before and the day after and all that stuff. Jason Greenleaf, good to see you, buddy. Um, that's where you really make the connections, okay? And these people that you'll meet are going to be people that, the following week you get a Facebook request, and all of a sudden this guy's in your life, and now you're seeing what he's doing, and you're taking a little bit of something from everyone. So don't hesitate to buy a ticket. Yeah, Danielle says sentence enhancers. Yeah, I like to vanguard that a little bit with Steve. It's going to be in the front row when he drops that first F bomb at you. You want to be ready. So, yeah, Steve McGrath's coming. Tony Botai, yeah, but we got to get. Has Tony bought a ticket? I don't think he has. So we got to get him there. So, some of those guys in your network, Mark, throw them in the truck, bring them up. You too, Catroni. So, yeah, well, I'm here at Maine Medical Center, and Wendy's getting a total hip replacement today, and I've been giving her a hard time because we got engaged in September, and then the hip really started to get bad. I said, you kind of sold me a bill of goods here. She didn't like that. I said, we got to have a good set of wheels because we're going to want to do some hiking. She's probably done running, but pickleball and hiking and getting around and just being healthy and moving around, being able to walk the face of the earth is going to be key. So anyway, thank you guys for giving me a place to hide here for a few minutes and digest the fact that they just took her back, and our future lies in the balance. So I know it'll go good. We're in the best place we can be. And I'll probably do a post a little bit later. They said it was going to be minimum 3 hours before I hear from them, which puts us at 10:30, and then another minimum 2 hours before I can see her. So anyway, so my mother's here. We're going to mainline some coffee and empty these guys out on eggs and that kind of thing, and just do the time. So I appreciate you guys. Think about what I said. Work at being the person you want to be. Envision the person you want to become. And start making steps in that direction, stacking little wins, doing the little things, even the stuff that when no one's watching, you're doing. All right? Will do, Josh Baker. Thank you. Mark, thank you. Love you guys. I appreciate you all. Have a fantastic day. If I get super bored, I'll come back on here and run my chops again. Uncle Tim, thanks for jumping on today. Appreciate all you guys. I'll catch up with you a little bit later on. I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Take care, guys. We'll see you.